Yeah, like I feel I was talking a moment ago about the internet of junk, but I feel like we're already kind of at a point of an internet of junk. Pretend a name thing, I don't know how well documented it is, but the harbinger of all this was when YouTube Kids became 99% colourful generative nonsense. They banned it all though. Yeah, there's a good Dan Olsen video about quote unquote Elsa Gate, which was this period where YouTube just became overrun by these weird videos of like a kind of range of children's characters that would get clicked on, and like some of it was AI generated in the sense that the video was animated and clearly that was used machine learning, but some of it was, there's this really fine line between that stuff and then a lot of kids stuff on YouTube is awful because some of it is human made, but it will just be like two adults running around in costumes, like just doing nonsense. And so the line between the stuff that is fully machine generated and the stuff that is maybe has some machine learning involved, or sometimes is just two people going, oh, what do you think is popular among kids at the moment and we can make a video including, is quite thin. So I have a kind of theory that MrBeast is essentially, MrBeast's channel is essentially run by machine learning, because MrBeast's sole goal with everything he creates is for it to perform well in the Google algorithm. He's quite clear about that in any interview that you watch of him talking about his craft. He's also very good at doing it. For all the criticisms one might throw at MrBeast, he is very for all the criticisms one might throw at MrBeast, he's very skilled at producing videos which perform well in the YouTube algorithm. So he might be creating the videos himself, but in many ways the creative job is being done by machine learning because the algorithm is deciding what he's making. It's almost the opposite of what you think of when you think of AI. Like, I think when most of us think of someone using AI to create a video, we think of someone having an idea for something that they can't create and then using some form of generative AI to make the bits of the video that they don't know how to make work. Whereas in actual fact, he's kind of looking at it from the other direction. I mean, his videos are crazy to watch. Let's watch a little bit of... I realised the other day I was watching one and I was like, I don't think I've ever really watched a huge amount of MrBeast at all. This is Internet of Junk as a video.
Launching a roller coaster off its track.
And so much more. Let's go to the next experiment.
Yeah! We've got a lot of experiments today, and up next, we're going to destroy...
Are these experiments? Is that what you describe them as? Are they experiments? And it fascinates me because, like, all of the stuff aimed at young people on YouTube is terrible. And, like, weirdly, MrBeast is sort of edging towards the more reputable, not reputable is maybe not the right word, but more wholesome angle of that. And yet the content itself is still like nothing. There's sort of nothing happening here, is there? In many ways, this is the same kind of thing with the garbageness of it as the thing where you've got two adults running around, one dressed as Spider-Man, one dressed as Elsa, and like hitting each other with sticks and stuff. But this time it's Minecraft costumes. Yeah, someone a minute ago was saying like that this is pure slop content. This is to a certain sort of 13-year-old. This is Oppenheimer, right? This is the same feeling that the rest of us got whilst watching Oppenheimer. Serial Chick saying, I have to say I'm not convinced that all of this footage is genuine. Yeah, I watched one where they were getting this person to do loads of challenges, and if every challenge... Like, it was this guy doing these challenges, and every challenge he completed, he got to, like, double or nothing the money until it was, like, loads of money. And some of it was obviously real, but a lot of it was clearly CGI. See, this video is quite interesting because his whole thing is, like, making stuff that is really, really good for the algorithm, whatever. But this is, like, the most unfocused video. We were talking about how weird it would be in any other context for people who aren't children's entertainers to admire a children's entertainer this much. So yeah, so when we're saying Mr. Tumble was the thing we landed on as well. Who is, for anyone not in the UK, is like the main character in CBeebies, which is, or like the sort of main recurring guy that's in a lot of CBeebies show. People being really into MrBeast, like normal video creators being really into MrBeast, who is essentially a children's entertainer, is a bit like if Krishnan Guru Murphy, who is one of the UK's primary news anchors, just listens to every single word said by Mr. Tumble. Okay, let's find out what Mr. Tumble's net worth is, and also why he never married. This feels like a really interesting, like, what's the crossover between people who are actually really into Mr. Tumble, and are therefore children, and people who are really interested in his... Maybe he's actually a sort of icon.